I'm Jess, and this is Grant.
I'm Matt. We're the Caldwells, and we have two other boys that aren't here right now. They're Lincoln and Emmett, and we've been attending Crossroads almost 2 years.
So when I was in college, I felt a serious calling to missions. Like, I just knew that God was placing that on my heart, and that's what he had for me. And then I met Matt, and he wasn't really interested in being a missionary, and I thought, you know, like, I can share God wherever I am, you know. So I just kind of held on to that thought, and honestly, I kind of drifted further away from God. Like, I was still going to church, I was still going to small groups, stuff like that, but a few years ago, I just realized, like, my faith is weaker than it was in college. Like, I've been going downhill. And I just started praying into that and got involved with some awesome ladies from Crossroads that like really challenged my faith and encouraged me. And yeah, that kind of re-sparked, you know, and I started really thinking, like, what can I do as a stay-at-home mom to, you know, share Jesus with people. So it was like right at the beginning of the school year, we were asked, do you want to have a foreign exchange student? And for us, it was pretty easy to say no, because we're about to have a baby in February and we are got enough craziness going on. But but then we had some friends, the Byers, who were hosting, and we got to see Hansa come to their house and everything, and we were like, oh, it's so cool, you know. And then we heard that there was someone who needed a home just for like 1 week, maybe 2 weeks.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Clemetine Hubeau, j'ai 17 ans et je viens de France.
So they just needed something temporary while they find something different. And we were like, oh yeah, we could do that, like, sure. So yeah, Clem came to stay with us, and we connected really easily right away.
And we realized how well everything was going. I don't know, something just clicked, and we just thought, why not just have her stay here?
The Caldwell was very nice with me, and I felt very welcome here, and they just put me in the family, like I was a part of the family. It
was just really easy to talk to Clem. She is very curious about our culture, and I guess our faith is like part of our culture, you know? We
start talking about God around February.
No.
Yeah, when I had my rope night. It was kind of...
I think that was when you were still at Kokomo.
Oh yeah, are you sure? I forgot.
And I think I talked about God a lot that she didn't notice.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So we would talk about lots of things. She was very open with me from the beginning, and just as she was talking about things, sharing her struggles and stuff, I could just share with her like what the Bible has to say about it, you know, like how my faith has helped me in situations like this in the past.
And so we was talking a lot about God, like she was talking a lot about God, and it was kind of annoying sometimes. I'm not lying, but after I felt like I needed to know more about God, so I started asking her a lot of questions about that.
I felt like a lot of the strategy was kind of just living it out too, though. Just being a good example, so when there were those opportunities to share, it seemed authentic then.
Yeah, there was one night.
It was a very hard night for me, and I needed someone with who I could talk.
I sat down with her and talked to her about it, and I asked her if it would be okay for me to pray over her. So she's like, I guess so. And I did, and it was a sweet moment, and I actually had a lot of questions in my head, like, Was that too far? Did that make her feel uncomfortable?
And I'm not lying, it was kind of weird, but I was just listening to her and what words she was like using, and I was kind of happy because I could see how she loved me.
I think that was a moment, and then there was another moment, he was maybe 2 weeks old, and she came to me and she goes, Jess, I think I want God in my life. And I was like, oh, this is awesome, but like I have no brain right now. Like I was so tired, and I seriously just was like, God, what are you doing? Like this is the time where I need to be able to give her good answers and be able to think straight and everything like that. But you know, it was really a good example of like when we're weak, he's strong. I think he needed me to be like not able to control the situation, you know, so he could do his best work.
At Easter, I don't know, I just felt like it was a good moment for me to say that I want God in my life. So I asked her, and she was here for me. So I just did what she told me to do, and I had God in my life. So when I made this decision of trusting God and have God in my life, I just wanted to be like Jess and start sharing about that, help people to know who is God. And I feel like it's very good to share to people. So I start sharing with some of my friends and with my best friend. She is like me. She started asking a lot of questions and came kind of every day here and just talking about God and some of issues and stuff like that. And one day we just prayed for her, and she was very happy, yeah. And she just told us that she wants to know more about God.
Probably the biggest thing that I've learned through all this is just God can use me in this way, you know? I think maybe I had felt like I wasn't meant to be someone that could help walk someone through a faith journey, you know, or I just wasn't there yet or whatever. But I think it's really opened my eyes to like, there's no such thing as like being there yet or whatever, you know, especially like seeing Clem leading Katie, you know, it's so cool, you know, that God would just use you if you're willing.
Instead of saying it to her, what would you say to her?
I'm going to cry.
It's okay. I'll probably cry with you.
Okay, just wait a minute.
You're good.
I'm thankful for Jess and Matt to make me come in their life and to introduce me to God and to everything, and just explain me and help me a lot through everything I had, bad thing and good thing. And I just want to tell her thank you and that I love her. And I love Matt too, and the boys. Je t'aime.